basic boss bitches. How are you? It's just me, your favorite gal pal, Mal, with another episode of Behind the Curtain. I show you exclusive sneak peeks behind actual MLM companies that you might be considering joining. Because I know that when you're being pitched for a new multi-level marketing opportunity, you want to know what it's going to be like once you get on the inside. Nobody tells you that. Everybody tells you it's going to be amazing, but nobody says, look, come to one of our weekly or daily trainings and I'm going to show you exactly what it's like. Exactly what it's like to be poured into from our top leaders, from our CEOs. I'm so excited to bring you today a really excellent training from Innovative Nutrition. But before I do, a lot of you have been asking me, Mal, my favorite gal pal, what are you drinking in that cup of yours with a big orange straw? This is just my super hydrating water. So let me give you the recipe. Are you ready? So what you want to do is you want to go to your kitchen, you want to get the largest cup you have, okay? My husband usually takes the really big ones, so I have to get the next one down because in our house, the man of the family gets the largest cups and the woman gets the smaller one because we are inherently meeker and smaller. So what you're going to do is you're going to open up your freezer or use the ice dispenser in the door if you have one of those super awesome ones like we totally do. And you're going to put as much ice as you want. Ice is crucial to this recipe, right? Then you're going to go and turn on the water tap, put your cup under it and fill that baby up. Once you've filled that up, you turn that water off and you get your fanciest straw. Super hydrating. And I can send you my recipe with sample packets in bottles that I've gotten from my local gas station for just $25 for a 2-day supply. It's really, if you would like me to help you out, you just let me know. The link will be below. So now that we've done that, I also want to address one more question. I always get questions that are like, Mal, my favorite gal pal, why do you wear these glasses on your head? Don't you ever use them for your face? And my question for you is, who is using glasses for their face? So once you answer that question, let me know, okay? So let's get right into why we're here, to today's episode of Behind the Curtain. As I said before, we are going to take an exclusive peek at an innovative official promoter team page training call where their CEOs, Heidi Whitehair and Barbara Pitcock, they are going to show us everything we need to know about a huge opportunity that they're bringing to the innovative people. So if you've been sitting on your yoga ball, which I totally have, and you've been like, I wonder if this opportunity is the right one for me, I think that this video will totally sway you in the right direction. So let's go ahead and start watching, and I will break down any lingo or language that you don't understand yet because you are not yet at the boss bitch babe level. Let's go.
I'm at 5.
We're live. Already, 2 seconds in, we can see that this is a company that is filled with joy and laughter. They're laughing, which lets you know it's a legitimate company.
Couldn't wait, and Market Vision said we couldn't wait. So
Ken said we can't keep you very long.
With a department like Market Vision, you know it's legit.
We need to let you know and let you go.
Yeah. Love that.
So really quickly.
Amen.
Amen. So
Amen. I love where this is going already.
really quickly, I want to remind everybody that the regional that was supposed to happen on Saturday, the 15th, we have postponed that. And the reason we did that is travel is so crazy expensive right now, and we want to make it the biggest event ever. And so we have moved that to the hotel. It was just amazing. And we've moved that to February 11th. So if anyone has
That's super considerate. They're taking into consideration that everything is really, really expensive and they want it to be bigger, which means more money. So they've postponed it to February because they're assuming that our inflation problem will be fixed by then.
tickets, we've moved your ticket to that date. And we promise it's going to be.
If you already paid for airfare though, don't worry about it. They might consider thinking about reimbursing you.
be amazing. But travel between gas and airline tickets and stuff, it was just insane. And if we're gonna, put on an all-day event for all of you in Washington that won the challenge and everyone that wants to come join, we want it to be the best ever. So don't show up at the DoubleTree on Saturday morning because we won't be there. So,
what's that like in Seattle in February?
If you do show up at the DoubleTree and tell them there was an event, they'll feel sorry for you.
Yeah, you might get free drinks.
You might get a DoubleTree
cookies.
Oh my gosh. Right away, they are giving you tips on how to get free cookies from a hotel. I mean, I think that's like a really great life hack in general, because sometimes you just want cookies. So what they're suggesting is you go to your local DoubleTree and tell them that you're there for an event. And when they say they have no idea about that event, just cry a little and you're going to get cookies.
You want cookies. I forgot about the cookies. Yeah, that would be awesome. The cookies.
We love DoubleTree.
So Dave just flew in from doing a project today. Barb just flew in from wherever Barb flew in from. I don't even know where Barb was.
Now, I know you might be thinking, they said, let us know and let us go. So what are they not getting to right now? But what they're doing is they're humanizing themselves. See, Heidi and Barb and her husband next to him, looking so damper and cute there. They are the very, very top wigs of the innovative tree. They have all of these people underneath them, and they want everybody in Innovative Posh to know that they're real people too. So they're going to let you know exactly how busy and how exhausted they are, but they made time for you, and you should appreciate it. And I think that's super kind.
And Dave was late. That was literally like, where are you? He's like, 2 minutes. He's out of breath from running.
That's why I said, take a breath. Ken's on the side of the road in Montana. I'm just glad he has service. He does.
See, Ken pulled over on the side of the road for this super important team call, which is so great because in multi-level marketing, you can take these team calls anywhere you want, even on the side of a really busy interstate.
I want to get on camera because he says it's like the Adam.
So now let's have everybody else drop in the comments where they're at with this unexpected Zoom.
This is a really great tool that they use in MLMs to let you know that this community has spread its fingers far and wide throughout the entire country and sometimes internationally.
No kidding, because who knows where everyone's at in the world. But
they certainly don't, but that's okay because they're the tippy top.
I'll have Ken, Ken's not a talker. He's not going to share the story. So I'm going to share the story. And
in any multi-level marketing company, you can bet there's going to be a really riveting story that leads up to the big announcement. And even if there's not a big announcement, there's going to be a story. And you might even cry a little.
The four of us got together to make this special announcement. And then I'll let Ken kind of tell his part of it because he has something that he said I should say. And I'm like way over my head. So I'm letting him do that.
Isn't she so humble? As a woman, she recognizes that she is incapable of relaying the information that her husband has for her on the side of the road in Montana. So she is yielding her power and her time to her husband so that he can communicate that information. Because silly women, we don't know math.
And then we'll let Barb and Dave jump in their thoughts as well. But back in Wisconsin, Ken and I were having a conversation, and the four of us are so incredibly committed to not only building the best company ever, but putting as much out in the field for you guys to utilize, whether that's tools, compensation plan, products, all of that great stuff. We're always talking about it. We're always thinking about it. And as crazy as it is, even when we're out of town driving down the street together, we're talking about it. And if we're not together, we're on the phone talking about it. So Ken and I were actually in Wisconsin a couple weeks ago to do the Wisconsin event. And we were talking about our compensation plan. And the four of us are always looking at the numbers. We're always looking at, people's checks because the name of the game is making your checks grow. That is our number one goal in life. And so we were talking about it, and I had noticed, and Ken had noticed, and I'm sure Dave and Barb noticed, that we were not, you guys know, we pay out 8 levels deep, infinity wide. Well, we weren't paying any.
If you don't know what 8 levels deep and infinity wide means, it means there are 8 levels that you can rank up to, but you can go as wide as you want. What does that mean? Don't worry. We'll explain it more in depth when you join Innovative Posh. But I should also clarify, I'm not legally affiliated with Innovative Posh. They just hire me to do these videos to help with recruiting purposes.
We went on the 7th and 8th levels, and we're like, this is crazy, because we want to pay as much out, throw as much to you guys as possible. And
so what she just said was that nobody was on the 7th and 8th levels with them. They are on the 7th and 8th levels because they're at the super, super top. They're also the CEOs of the entire company. Yeah, it's really, really cool. So they were alone up on the top of this tree, this mountain, this giant Egyptian pyramid, right? Oh, don't say pyramid, okay. They were at the top all alone. They were like, we need to like give more back, because join Innovative Posh, right? Okay, we'd like pay in, and that money like helps because they get bonuses from us joining, right? But they were like, we should probably like pay people below us more. That would probably make a lot more sense, right? So that's what they're talking about, okay, when they say the 7th and 8th level.
he looked at me and he said, why not make a change? You know, the culture of network marketing, direct sales has really changed in 24 years since I built a business. And I know for Dave and Barb as well. And there's a lot more social sellers. There's a lot more vendor events. There's a lot more customer gatherers. It's just the kind of the world we live in, versus business builders. Not to say we don't do that as well, not at all. But we really want to, reward social sellers, vendor shows, customer gatherers, as well as business builders. And
Okay, so that's a lot of words that you may not be familiar with. So what is she saying? So when she talks about business builders, she's talking about people like herself and her co-CEO, Barb Pidcock, that they built their business to mean that they have a whole bunch of people that joined their team to say, we want to sell this thing with you, and we're going to keep paying in and hitting our rank so that you keep hitting your rank, and the people above you keep hitting your rank, and the people above them keep hitting their rank. Except they're at the very top. They're at the very top. So they need everybody below them to hit their ranks so that they hit their ranks. But whatever, I digress. That's what business builder means. But now they're going into this new space. They're really trying to like open up into retail. Okay, that might be a word that you're not familiar with in the MLM space, because a lot of times it doesn't always revolve around like selling the product. Don't say that part. Okay, but in this situation, they're trying to make sure that if you do a vendor show, or if you recruit, or if you not recruit, if you send a link to someone, you get a little bit more kickback from that link, which is what we call retail.
If we're not paying 7th and 8th level, what can we do? So Ken said to me, why don't we up the percentage? And so effective tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Central Time. And I'll tell you another little fun thing you guys are all going to love.
Don't you love how she just has us on the edge of our seat? She's about to tell us, and then she says, and I'm going to tell you another little thing. In MLMs, they do this all the time. They love to take little breadcrumbs and just drop them for you to eat them up and get that juicy information. I love MLM Zoom calls.
Our retail profit is going from 30% to 40%.
Oh my gosh.
Ken looked at me in that car that day and said, why not give 40% if we're not paying on those levels? And I'm like, okay, well, let me just tell you, LaCour and our amazing coordinators at LaCour, they said, okay, let's look at the numbers. Let's make sure we're doing everything right, because they have our backs. And boy, I had to jump through hoops with numbers. And you guys all know I'm not a numbers person. So thank God I had Jeff to tell me kind of what to look, and market vision and all those people. But here's the cherry on top. It's going to go back to the pay period. So this 40% is actually going to go back to Monday.
Oh my gosh.
Last Monday. So what you're paid on tomorrow was the week before.
So that is super incredibly generous. So this announcement was made on a Thursday. So that meant anything that I, as a innovative promoter, would have sold from Monday on is now going to apply to that 40%. Isn't that super, super generous?
It will not be in this check because they just can't go back and make that happen. But it is going to be retroed back from Monday for your payouts next week. Okay. And those of you that don't know this, Innovative always pays, if our payday lands on a weekend, we always pay the Friday. So y'all get paid tomorrow instead of 15th lands on Saturday. Y'all get paid tomorrow instead of waiting till Monday. So those are two kind of, 40% was always the plan I worked at, when I got started in network marketing. And so I'm going to let Ken tell you how much your checks are going to go up. Because when he explained this to me, I was like,
well, hang on here. You just pulled a fast one on me. We're retroing this?
I know, that's what I was thinking.
Whoa.
Sometimes in MLMs, people in the very top at corporate, the COO, which Ken is, they don't find out information until everybody finds out. And I think that's super equal opportunity information. Everybody should find out all the information that is important to the business at the exact same time. Equal opportunity information. This is a great characteristic in an MLM.
No.
Oh, sorry. Didn't I ask? I didn't ask.
You know what? Yeah. Do and ask for forgiveness later. But here's the deal, guys.
Hey, did he just really say that?
You just gave
Yeah,
one.
well, it's the facts, isn't it? So here's the deal, guys. We pay 100% BV. We don't pay like Posh did at 50%. I don't think it was true 100% BV, 50%. We pay 40% on the 100% of the value that you are selling. So here's the deal, 10%, some people get wrapped around the axle with numbers, and I did too until I put it on paper. So here's just a quick snapshot of what this means for you. If you typically would sell in the month X amount of products and make $1,000 because you're a silver making 30% profit, you now are going to make 40%. What does that mean? Now, instead of making $1,000, correct, on $3,000 or what is it? If you're making $1,000, you're going to make $333 more than you were at 30%. It's weird, but you got to put it down on paper. 10% above the 30% you're getting now is really, truly, actually a 33.3% pay increase. So we're at.
Wow. 10% pay increase is actually a 33% pay increase. So let me explain those numbers. When Ken said you're making $1,000 at 40%, before at 30%, right? You had to sell $3,335 worth of product. That's not that hard. So at that price, you were making $1,000.50. But at 40%, you're going to make $1,334, which according to Ken's math is 33%. But I did a little math and I think it's closer to like 25% of an increase in that paycheck. But in any case, so here's the thing that I just want to clear up though. You can't get the 40% until you've made $4,000 in your total team volume. So when he's saying BV, I think that BV, because as I said, I'm not a Posh Innovative promoter. Is it Innovative Posh? Whatever. I just am collecting a paycheck from them. But whenever you have that BV, which, hold on, let me see if I can find it for you. Okay, super weird. In their pay plan, they have a glossary of terms and they don't have BV anywhere on there. So I don't really know what BV means. But if I'm going to say TV, which maybe that's what he was saying, your total team volume, you need to have $4,000 in order to activate, to unlock the 40%. So that means you have to have at least 2 active personal retail customers and then a minimum PV of $100, and then your total team volume is 4,000, but only one leg can have at minimum 2,401. Or did I say minimum? I mean maximum of $2,001. So what does that all mean? Okay, so what that means is that if I recruit Heidi, she's on my left leg. And if I recruit Barb, she's on my right leg, right? And between the two of them, they have to help me get to $4,001 to get that 40% on my retail sales. So let's say that I sell $3,999 and my team sells 0. Well, then I'm only going to get 25% of my retail sales. But if my team can sell enough to get me that 4,000, I'm going to make 40% then. Isn't that incredible? Isn't that so thoughtful? I think it's really, really great.
Other than get you all confused, I'm going to stop with that, put it on paper, and you can see how it all pans out.
So I don't want to give away too much, but let's go ahead and I'll show you the updated Innovative Posh comp plan. So here you can see that as a promoter number 1, 2, or 3, you will get paid between 15, 20%, and 25% of your product, whatever that is. How you get there? Well, there's lots of examples, and this super clear and cut comp plan will explain to you how you move from promoter 1 to promoter 2 to promoter 3. But promoter silver is where it really, really gets in there. That's where you get that new 40%. That's where you have to have a minimum of 2 active personal retail customers, which honestly is not that hard. So you can absolutely do it. And a minimum PV, personal volume, that means stuff that you need, because let's be honest, if you're an Innovative Posh, you are a product of the product. So this is a sneak peek behind the curtain of Innovative Posh. If you have been considering how you could join and be a member of this incredibly diverse group of network marketers, then I hope that I have shown you all you need to know to make a well-educated decision. I'm not going to show you the rest of this video because it goes on for 10 more minutes. It goes on for 10 more minutes, and I want to leave a little bit of the excitement for you. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Behind the Curtain. And let me know in the comments if there's a multi-level marketing company that you're thinking of joining and you want me to show you behind the curtain.